Hi, welcome to Tony's Quick Tips. Today I'd like to talk about 10 great lessons we've learned over the last few years from trade show prospecting. It's one of the things which is something that a lot of advisors are pretty reluctant to do because it means a lot of long hours and you've got to get and stand on your feet and you've got to go out and meet a whole bunch of strangers and talk a spiel and all the rest of it. But for those who do it, it is fabulous. One of the advisors that I've done some work with for the last few years does virtually all of his prospecting from trade shows. About 4 or 5 shows each year, generates all of the business that he wants. And his business has nearly tripled in size over a 3-year period. So what are the 10 things that we've learned over the years of fine-tuning the whole trade show prospecting thing? Well, tip 1 is have a big sign that's focused on your value proposition rather than your corporate branding. So tell people on the wall of your booth what it is you can do for them. Rule 2, be really upfront about the lead generation aspect. Have your form, show people on the form that you're interested in talking to them about your business. Rule 3, have a little giveaway to say thank you for entering or using the lead generation form. Now, one of the little giveaways which does cost a little, but it's perceived to be very high value, is things like memory sticks. Not a lot in terms of cost, but high value and people don't throw it away. So some little branded giveaways like that, or reasonable quality pens or something similar, are useful, and they're a great way of making sure your brand stays alive in the prospect's mind when they've left your booth or your area. Rule 4, have a big giveaway for those that are entering. So the big giveaway might be something like a TV, it might be something like a grocery cart full of groceries, it might be an entry to a holiday or travel vouchers or something similar, but have something which is really enticing that encourages people to act and fill out the forms. So there's a big prize for those that enter and they're in with a chance at winning something big, but there's a little thank you along the way as well. And tell them on the form that everyone who enters will be contacted. Rule 5, you've got to get out of the booth. You've got to walk around and you've got to talk to people. One of the deadly sins of trade show prospecting is standing inside your booth and waiting for the world to come to you, because they just don't. You've got to get out of the booth and you've got to walk around, you've got to get talking to people. Rule 6 that we have found is you've got to script or prepare what it is you're going to say when you get out of the booth. You cannot afford to just wing it and see whether or not you get it right at the time. You've got to be quite prepared, you've got to be articulate, you've got to be well presented, you've got to be professional, but brief. But prepare what you're going to say. Rule 7. After the event, text everyone who entered or filled out one of those lead generation forms. It's a simple text, just says thank you for entering, but what it does do is it reminds them within the next 24 to 48 hours, it reminds them of who you are and the fact that they have entered and you've made a little point of contact. It doesn't cost a heck of a lot, but it's really, really effective at preparing you for the next step. And the next step is a follow-up phone call. This is one of the keys to really making the prospecting work from trade show events. A follow-up phone call within 4 days to those who are warm leads, those who have expressed an interest in being contacted or talking about your products or whatever the case may be. Those who are not so warm, still get in touch with them. Send them a follow-up email. You send them a follow-up email, and the email might be as simple as, the prize draw was won by so-and-so from suburb so-and-so. But we will stay in touch and we will send you our newsletter and we will be in touch, because everyone goes into the database, everyone goes onto the mailing list until we do eventually get in touch with them. This is where that whole engagement marketing thing really pays off. Everyone that entered a form and had some level of engagement with us at the trade show goes into the database. They go onto our newsletter list, they start to receive the articles, they get emails, they're in our engagement process. Now, what happens when you do this is you might get 200 or 300 leads from a particular trade show. And realistically, out of those 200 or 300 leads, there might only be 10 who are ready to do some business with you in the near future. But there might be another 30 or 40 who are ready to do business in the next few months. They're your warm ones. The rest, well, often they're left by advisors. They're too cold. But they're people who will be ready to do business with you if you engage patiently and relevantly with them, the same as you do with all your other prospects, and you wait and you wait and you stay in touch. Some of them will drop out, but plenty of them do turn into business, maybe 12 months down the track. So to maximize engagement, you've got to get proactive and you've got to demonstrate value. The little giveaways, the big giveaways, telling people up front how you're going to work things, putting them onto your mailing list, having signage that's focused on your value proposition rather than your corporate branding. These are the things that make a huge difference. And the more of these things you do and the more of these things you get right, the more people that you get entering and engaging with you, and the more people who are receptive to your follow-up conversations. So that's the quick tip for today. Get stuck into trade show prospecting, but follow the rules. These are the things that make a huge difference to the number of prospects you'll get and the number often who will convert and turn into clients in time. So you've just got to follow the process, and that's the quick tip for today. Awesome. Possible.